I'm thankful to see another day. No, things aren't what I want them to be. But I'm thankful that I'm still here. Another day to live. Another chance to contribute. Another chance to make a difference in life.
Keep pushing through things that suck. This is a very difficult thing to do because it hurts. I'm gonna go forward. I'm not gonna quit, so I'm gonna go forward. Bring it on.
It's the moments in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy.
I want you to believe. You may be in a courtroom, you may be in a cage, you may be on the basketball court, you may be on the football field, you may be down by 40 at halftime. It is the man that comes back round after round that may have taken a beating physically, but he is not broken mentally, that comes back and he puts on a show,
That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
If I'm feeling strained and stressed, I go over my gratitude list, because gratitude will reduce stress all day long.
You are a champion. Think like one.
Because deep down in every human being, they want to see the greatest version of themselves. But most people quit.
Whatever it is that's been running through your family, I pray that your testimony is that it ran in your family until it ran into you.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever.
When you find your why, you don't hit snooze no more. When you find your why, you find a way to make it happen.
And you may be successful, and you may not be successful, but you will be better.
It's the days and the minutes and the moments and the hours and the reps that you put in. It's the meals that you missed. It's the times that you lost sleep. And people may have thought you were losing your mind to build something so you can see it finally.
Nothing can stop you. Get up now and work.
If you quit, go back, dust yourself off, and try one more time.
I got one question to ask you. Can you do this thing alone?
I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone.
Wolves don't lose sleep over the opinions of a lesser species.
Be alone. Go to that dark space.
You may not want to fight that battle, but you need to.
A beast is someone who can go through hell and be grateful that their legs are working.
What are you? Are you a sheep or are you a wolf?
When you train alone, I can take myself to such a level of real passion and purpose.
Nobody's gonna feed us. You gotta feed yourself.
The feeling I get is something I can't even explain. I don't need anyone.
It's on you.
You gotta want it as bad as you want to breathe.
Success starts with you. It's all on you.
If you want to be strong, you gotta learn to fight alone.
Yes, you're tired. Yes, your mind is saying give up. Yes, it's saying quit. But you cannot quit because you realize you have not reached the goal yet.
Day in and day out, you got to keep on working. And if you get knocked down, so what? Rise up and get up.
Nobody's going to believe in you until you've already done it. Nobody's going to come and celebrate with you until you've already done it, which means you're going to have to work for a long time by yourself with no applause, with no awards. No one's going to believe in you in the beginning, nor should they. Be okay with that.
If I have to do it alone, I will. Start alone, but get started.
I'm thankful to see another day. No, things aren't what I want them to be. No, I don't have all the things I want to have. But I'm thankful that I'm still here. I have another opportunity, another day to live, another chance to contribute, another chance to make a difference in life.
It is ridiculously impossible to become a human being. I am one. I have other good things going for me as a human being, and I'm just grateful. You're dwelling and looking at what you don't have versus looking at what you have.
You are alive against stupendous odds. You are breathing air, observing sunsets, gazing into the night sky. Most people who could exist will never experience that.
I need to constantly remind myself I'm not yet where I want to be, but I know I'll get there. I'm not where I want to be, but I am grateful. I am so grateful that I'm not where I used to be.
I find 10 things to be grateful for before my feet hit the ground. 10 things, and they can't cost money. And especially if I'm feeling strained and stressed, I go over my gratitude list, because gratitude will reduce stress all day long.
Happiness only requires that you are grateful. If you've got $1 billion and 3 beautiful children that love you and a beautiful husband or wife, but it doesn't matter what you have if you're not grateful. If you live in an emotional home, a habitual pace of worry or frustration, your life's called worry and frustration.
Perspective. And once you see gratitude and opportunity, life is fun. You get to decide if you're going to dwell and play prevent defense, or if you're going to see opportunity and be grateful and go on offense.
I am not where I want to be, but I am so grateful. I am not where I used to be. If you didn't make me, you can't break me. If you didn't make the sun come up, you can't stop me. If you didn't make the moon shine at night, you can't stop me. My purpose, my will, my dedication, my motivation is all about doing the business, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That's what I'm about. I'm about that business. I'm about that life.
You have to stay grateful. You can't take things for granted. We have so much abundance in the world, so much opportunity, and too many people are crying about what they don't have, instead of being so deeply grateful for what they have.
Do all you can within your power and the power of others who love you to maximize what you can be, what you can think, what you can learn, how you can love, whatever it is. That's what you've got. Use it.
Do it your way. You don't need their permission, but you need yours. You don't need their permission, but you do need yours. You do need to look at yourself and declare who you are, and you need to believe it. You think my dreams are too big? I said, absolutely not. You're just telling them to the wrong person. For some of you, the reason why you're not taking advantage of this opportunity is not because you don't believe in it, you don't believe in you. In order to achieve greatness, you must first believe you can. Because I get to decide. I'm running my life now. I'm finally in control of my life. I'm finally the boss of my life. Are you ready to be the boss of your own life? Are you ready to be in control of your own life? Are you ready? And you deserve to have everything you want. You deserve to live your best life. You deserve it. And stop listening to the people who tell you you don't. Kill the noise. What do they know? We're gonna do the hard work now. So here's the hard work. I need you to confront you. I was created to be great. I was created to do great things. I was created to have great things, and I will no longer ask others for their permission. That person who was your hater, they thought they defeated you. That person who told you you'll never amount to anything, they thought they defeated you. You want me to tell you to give up? Huh? You want me to tell you to quit? Huh? Is that what you want me to say? You want to hear E.T. say, it's all right to give up. It's all right to surrender. That's what you want me to say? But listen to me, Braynt, I can't tell you that. Some of us just grind. Some of us don't make excuses. Some of us don't surrender. Some of us don't give up and give in. It's our dream. Nobody's gonna see it like you do it. It's your dream. Nobody's gonna feel it like you feel it. It's your dream. Nobody's gonna be as dedicated to it as you are. It's your dream, and they don't have to understand, and they don't have to like it, and they don't have to do it. It doesn't make a difference. It's your dream, and you, my friend, have been given the task to make it happen, and you can't let anything stop you from doing what you were called to do. What we do with the pressure is we say, I gotta take it, and I gotta take it to another level. Once you start questioning yourself, you already lost. All of us will be successful in life if we don't quit. I gotta believe in me before anybody else believes in me.
You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
It doesn't matter how hard you work, I'm willing to work harder than you.
No one will outwork me. No one.
Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
Some of us don't make excuses. Some of us don't surrender. Some of us don't give up and give in.
Go do something that's hard.
If you want it, you gotta go get it.
Most people don't want it that badly.
It's time to unwrap the potential you can be. Superior, man. It's within you.
No one said it was supposed to be easy. Some people want it easy. But I dare you to go the hard way.
I know what that feels like, to be left for dead after you gave everything you had.
I just believe in me, and I'm gonna overcome all my adversity.
They will not see you coming as you rise, as you work every single day, tirelessly. In order to achieve greatness, you must first believe you can.
If you want to be good at something, you want to accomplish something, you've got to put in the time.
So right now, I need you to find a way to keep on living, my friend. I need you to live. I need you to live. I need you to live. Do you hear me?
There's no excuse not to be the hardest motherfucking worker in the room.
Life is gonna be hard.
And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail. And then you're gonna win.
You're going in again. And this time, you're coming out with a win. If it's life-giving, if it's serving your purpose, if it's going to transform you into something you never thought you could be, then do it again.
When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run.
If you're a monster and you don't act monstrously, then you're virtuous. But you also have to be a monster.
I was once like you, being the same animal, attacking fast all the time. Then I became a different animal. I learned to attack strong. Are you a different animal and the same beast?
I need you every single day you wake up to smell blood and go after that dream.
I'm never full. I'm never full. I'm never full. I'm never full.
When you're hungry, you don't care about the facts. You don't care about the odds. Nothing can resist the will of a people that will stake even their existence on the extent of their purpose for good. That when you have a made-up mind, the power to hold on in spite of everything, the power to endure, this is the winner's quality. The hunger, the ability to face defeat again and again without giving up. This is a winner's quality.
Tell me, boy, what are you made of?
If you can stay hungry, you can get the resources. If you can stay hungry, you can get the strategy. If you can stay hungry, the ideas gonna come. If you can stay hungry, the connections will be aligned. If you can stay hungry. The problem with many of you
that you got full, you got complacent, you got lazy. You gotta get hungry.
And what are we becoming?
There is a new breed of champions emerging out of the ashes of doubt.
So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality.
Run after your dream.
What are we becoming?
Goliath!
I do what beasts do.
You know, the hero has to be a monster.
I'm a beast.
And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win. And that's life. Life without those challenges, it's just existence. Don't just exist. Go live. Eventually, inaction will cost you. But your default setting should be, I'm gonna do something. Just get up, move towards that challenge, and go attack it. Go do something that's hard.
Struggle sucks.
Depends on how you frame it. If you want freedom in your life, you have to have discipline. Move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. And you may be successful, and you may not be successful, but you will be better. And the next challenge, you're gonna be more prepared for. Because we're gonna have wins, we're gonna have losses. We're gonna have successes, we're gonna have failures. We're gonna have good nights, we're gonna have bad nights. We're gonna have good relationships, we're gonna have bad relationships. We're gonna have good ideas and bad ideas. We're gonna make money, we're gonna lose money. All these things are gonna happen. And if you oscillate emotionally up and down drastically, it's gonna be problematic. Embrace those emotions, but don't let those emotions embrace you. Keep pushing through things that suck. This is a very difficult thing to do because it hurts. I'm gonna go forward, I'm not gonna quit, so I'm gonna go forward, bring it on. When you talk to people that went to SEAL training that didn't make it, most of the time, it's some reason. There's a medical reason, there's a family problem. There's very few people that look at you and say, oh, I quit because it sucked, which is what happens to the vast majority of people. The vast majority of people that don't make it through SEAL training, they didn't make it through because they quit. Your excuses will destroy you and take everything that you ever wanted from you if you let them. When your excuses make you feel a little bit better about the fact that you didn't execute on what you needed to execute on, then they can make you feel better, but they're not helping you. They're not helping you at all. This went wrong, this failed, didn't accomplish this, and it's not the fault of my boss, it's not the fault of my girlfriend, it's not the fault of my parents, it's not the fault of the weather, it's my fault. And I'm gonna take ownership of it, and I'm gonna fix it. That's what extreme ownership is. Because when you look around at your life, and you look around at your job, and your financial situation, and your relationship, and your physical health, and when you look at all those things, and all the problems that you may have with those things, and you say, the reason I have all those problems is because of me, that can hurt, that can sting. And a lot of times our ego rejects that and makes excuses and lies. And then we don't have to change anything. And then nothing changes. When the excuses all go away and people can actually confront the fact that this is all because of me, it hurts, but is also unbelievably empowering. Because the more discipline you have in your life, the more freedom you will end up with. So if you lack the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up being a slave to disease. If you lack the discipline to work hard, save your money, you will end up a slave to finances. If you lack the discipline to manage your time correctly, you will end up with no free time. If you have self-discipline, if you have the discipline to save your money and work hard and invest your money properly, if you have the discipline to manage your time correctly and not waste a bunch of time, if you have the discipline to exercise and eat healthy, you will end up with freedom. And you're gonna start to progress in every aspect of your life. And you'll see that if you have that kind of discipline right now, you're gonna end up with freedom. If you have discipline, you will attain freedom. Go try and accomplish something that's hard. You may win, you may lose, you may succeed, you may fail. I'll tell you what, you'll be better. And if you don't have that kind of discipline, and you don't work hard, and you don't exercise, and you don't apply yourself, you're gonna end up shackled. So if you're in the woods and you don't know where to go, start walking. You gotta start walking because the perspective's not gonna change. You have to start moving forward. But standing there, lost and not doing anything is just waiting to die, waiting to starve to death. Don't let that happen.
I think it's really important because as men, we get conflicting messages about emotion and how to express it and what that looks like. And there's a lot of men struggling right now.
Every human faces challenges and you don't know what they've been through. Suppressing them isn't gonna help, and nor is letting them run your life. Because you're sad, now you're gonna make a bunch of bad decisions because you're sad. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You're sad, okay. You get emotional sometimes, okay. Got it. Now, get control of your emotions and carry on with your life. And sometimes you're gonna get hit with those waves. And that's okay. Oh, I'm having an emotional moment right now. There's something wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. The other extreme is, oh, I'm letting my emotions run my life and I'm making a bunch of bad decisions. And my excuse is, well, you know, I lost some friends or I had this traumatic experience happen to me. That's why I'm doing, that's just an excuse. And it's a very easy excuse. Guess what? It's time to carry on. Remember, don't dwell. I'm in control. This is my life. If you are in the problem, you won't see the solution to the problem. Take a step back, detach from the chaos, detach from the mayhem, detach from your emotions, detach from your ego, and be able to assess the best way to execute. That is the job of a leader. If you take any trait of a human being and you take it to an extreme, masculine or feminine or otherwise, you take it to an extreme, it's going to be a problem. Is it good to have no emotions whatsoever? No, that's called a sociopath. Is it good to let your emotions run your life and make your decisions based on your emotions? No, that's not good either. What do we want to be as a human, as a man? We want to be balanced. It's much easier to be extreme. It's much easier to say, oh, no emotions, cool, and turn them off. That's easier. Or a total emotion mayhem, that's easier. It's harder to find balance. It's harder to find balance in business. It's harder to find balance in life. It's hard to find balance. But you have to be balanced. Because what I want is for the team to win. So be balanced. You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, nothing changes and nothing changes, man. You know, we'll sit around forever wondering, well, what if I was a dog catcher? Would I be the best? What if I was
Every day we change the world, but to change the world in a way that means anything, that takes more time than most people have. It never happens all at once. It's slow. It's methodical. It's exhausting. We don't all have the stomach for it.
What if it's a mistake? It's a mistake. Rest assured. What do you know? You're going to stumble around, right? And what's going to happen is this. You're going to not stay in stasis. You're not going to wander around in circles. And I see people like that. They said, well, I never knew what to do, and now I'm 40. It's like, that's not so good. That's not so good. And you might say, well, And there is a literature too that suggests that people are a lot more unhappy when they look back on their lives about the things they didn't do than they are about the mistakes they made while they were doing things.
That's how they get you to give up. They say it's not that simple, Vinny.
So what's the truth?
That it is.
I want people to understand that they're not alone, that there are other people feeling exactly the way they're feeling, that their behavior is not insane, that they have a disease, and it's not their fault. There's a very famous kind of line that people don't change. I happen to know that people do change, and I see that every day. I see people getting better. I see the lights in their eyes come on.
There's a million excuses I could make to rationalize not getting up early, doing the ice bath, and going for a run. There comes a time when all these potential excuses turn into fuel that motivates you to keep going.
You gotta get out there. You gotta give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. Because remember this, you will never see a U-Haul behind a hearse.
If you want to know something about yourself, sit on your bed one night and say, what's one thing I'm doing wrong, that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? You meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one.
It's a whole issue. People have a feeling that they can change, but they have no effort. They don't want to get in the game because they feel it's just too much time and it doesn't work. And I tried it and it didn't work. And then they give up and then life just goes on. It's seamless. You don't see it. It's just the way you've been living.
And my older brother, who was 12, got into an electrical accident and he died in my arms. And really come to terms with that I was the one who got to live. That this life that we live, it's a privilege. And when I really started to take that in, I felt this tremendous urge to do something with my life, to do something that mattered.
At some point, everything's gonna go south on you. Everything's gonna go south and you're gonna say, this is it. This is how I end. Now you can either accept that or you can get to work.
You can't stop. You can't quit. You can't say, I'm a failure. You're not a failure. You're not. You're a wonderful, strong, intelligent youngster. Take advantage of that. Trust in God. Trust in yourself.
Until you say, yeah, I'm gonna take action. Nothing changes if nothing changes, man. And I'm not preaching at you. I'm just, I just want to remind you, because I've spent a lot of time in my life sitting around wanting things to change, and not being able to make them change, and not thinking I could. And I wish somebody had told me that earlier sometimes. That in order for something to change, there needs to be change.
You cannot stand still, because the world moves away from you if you stand still. And there's no stasis, there's only backwards. And so if you're not moving forwards, then you're moving backwards.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
Kobe, we thank you for your time.
I feel like we sort of focus on right ways and wrong ways too much. And I think it's, in a sense, sort of scary to just be born and live life. And I understand the idea of kind of grasping onto a particular thought of wanting to kind of feel like you somehow have a handle on the unknown. But you know what? The unknown is the unknown.
Every time you have changed, you feel pain. You stepped out of one relationship to another and you feel pain. You leave one neighborhood to another and you feel pain. You go from one job to another and you feel the fire of transition. See change as growth. See change as transformation. See change as evolution. See change as necessary. See change as critical. see change as inevitable.
Do something. Stop being f***ing scared if you have not jumped on the bandwagon of doing exactly what the f*** you want to do, which is skiing for the next 3 years or working at a job that's not what your parents want or what society wants. Do something. Stop being f***ing scared. And so enough parents, the kid that's sitting right now at a desk and saw this in a feed and you hate your f***ing job, enough. Stand up, get the f*** out of here and do you. Live your life. You got one life.
And so if you're not willing to be a fool, then you'll never start anything new. And if you never start anything new, then you won't develop. And so the willingness to be a fool is the precursor to transformation. And that's the same as humility. And so if you're going to write your destiny, you can do a bad first job. You're going to get smarter as you move forward.
When you can learn to do things when you don't want to, when you don't feel like it, when you're tired, when you can learn to push yourself to do them, that's when the world opens up to you. That's when success knocks at your door.
There will never come a time when you can just happily coast through life.
It's hard to stay governed by anxiety. It's hard to be inconsistent. It's hard not to have daily disciplines. It's hard not to believe in yourself. It's hard to be broke. It's hard to be poor. It's hard. It's all hard. So choose your heart.
What I am telling you to do is chase after that version of yourself that you know you could be.
What happens when I decide for myself that I'm going to do something different?
You've got the gift of life. You have the privilege of being here. Quit playing small. You were meant to do great things.
Nothing changes if nothing changes, man.
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
I'm the biggest fighter in all history. I'm the greatest fighter in all history. And I don't have to convince nobody now that I am great. They all know it.
I'll fight any man in the world. I'll beat any man in the world.
As you know, I'm a confident man. I don't believe or can't see anyone beat me. Nothing worries me. This is nothing but a small thing that will soon be out of the way.
I put everything on the line because I'm a true fighting champion.
I got to, when I'm in the ring, I'm handling it. And I don't worry about nobody being that good to really hurt me, see. If you don't believe it, come down here and try it.
I'm unranked. It will be no match. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm gonna make all of them shut their mouths.
All of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time. I'm still the greatest of all time. I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. His hands can't hit what his eyes can't see.
Nothing can stop me. As you know, I've been under all type of controversy, all kind of pressures.
But look at my face. I'm the original champion, a veteran of 186 fights, not a scratch. Two-time United States Golden Glove champion, two-time United States National AAU champion, World Olympic champion, 13 rounds I was addicted when my men are fall.
He who is not courageous enough to take risk will accomplish nothing in life. I'm a risk taker.
Tell all of the people out there who betting on Sonny that all of them are gonna lose their money and get to the fight early because I might get him in one.
All of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
But I'm at such a high level until I don't think like you. I'm not like you.
They just don't want to admit I'm as good as I am.
What would you like people to think about you when you've gone?
I'd like for them to say he took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter, 1 pinch of concern, and then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over a span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met.
Muhammad Ali, thank you very much.
Some people can see farther than others. Some people oppressed with limitations. We all live in our own world of limitations. Some people can see farther than others. So therefore, when people judge what I'm doing with their logic, it can't be done. Their reasoning says it shouldn't be done. Their knowledge of history says it can't be done. So their reasoning, their knowledge, and their logic clashes with my superior belief. Therefore, the result is they don't believe. Here's how the fight's gonna sound on the radio for those who can't afford to buy the expensive theater seats. And the fight goes like this. Ding, Ali comes out to meet Frazier, but Frazier starts to retreat. If Frazier goes back an inch farther, he'll wind up in the ringside seat. Ali swings to the left, Ali swings to the right. Look at the kid carry the fight. Frazier keeps backing, but there's not enough room. It's a matter of time. There Ali lowers the boom. Now Ali lands to the right. What a beautiful swing, and the punch lifts Frazier clean out of the ring.
I've had 2-minute fights. I fought all contenders. I fought every 2 months. I gave everybody a break in the title. I didn't duck nobody.
But really, I don't know who I'm going to fight next, and I really don't see nothing around good enough to give me a warm-up.
And I'm going to fight George Foreman, knock him out, and truly retire well invested. And you tell everybody that I'm still the champion of the world, and I'm going to take him, I'm going to clean up the ring with him. I'm going to just sweep him all around the ring. I am the champion. I'm still the greatest, and I cannot lose. I'm going to prove to the whole world that I'm still the best. I'll always be the best. I cannot lose. It's impossible for me to lose. Are we going to get the title back? Yeah! Are we the king of the ring? Yeah! Are we going to take? Yeah! We cannot lose with the stuff we use. Rubber, young man, rubber. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
Everybody has a purpose in life. Mine was just to be the world heavyweight champion.
I want to be declared by all as the greatest of all time.
That's right.
But I'm going to make you eat everything you say against me, all of my critics. I am the greatest. I cannot lose. I'm pretty. I will prove to the world that I'm still the fastest, the prettiest, the most classist, the most scientific, the greatest fighter of all time.
For this fight, I've wrestled with alligators, I've tussled with a whale, I done handcuffed lightning and put thunder in jail. You know I'm bad. I've murdered a rock, I injured a stone, and I hospitalized a brick. I'm so bad I make medicine sick. I'm so fast, man, I can run through a hurricane and don't get wet. When George Foreman meets me, he'll pay his debt. I can drown a drink of water and kill a dead tree. Wait till you see Muhammad Ali.
So I don't believe that I'm going to be knocked out and punched around. I've experienced. This is why I know I'll win.
And it's the fist that controls the brains. And my brains are so wise. My brains beat Joe Frazier. Outthinks Ken Norton. I plan my fight round by round. See, I outthink a man. See, the matador beats the bull. The bull is the strongest. Bull hits the hardest, but the matador is the smartest. Man conquered all the beasts in the jungles, got them in cages, but the beast can whoop the man.
I told you, I'm the champion of the world. All of you bow.
I'm not a fighter. I can't fight. I'm nothing. I've only had 250 fights, never lost none. World Olympic gold medal winner, 2-time United States AAU champion, international Pan American game champion, national AAU champion 59 and 60. Have predicted what round my opponents will fall in 16 fights. Don't have a mark on me, but I can't fight.
Ain't people hypocritical, Jim? Now everybody bet on me. Ain't that something?
I'm still trying to talk it into these people's head to listen to me. They don't have a man around to whip me.
I still got the world! I still got the world!
Because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me. I'm gonna prove I'm the greatest. I'm gonna prove to you I'm the greatest. We're gonna prove to the world I'm the greatest.
I am the king of the world. I I must be the greatest.
Be the guy who embraces the ugly, the miserable. Be the guy who embraces hard work, the grind. Don't be afraid of being hurt. Don't be afraid of sacrificing some blood.
It's the moments in life, the decisions you make on a moment-to-moment basis that add up to be the guy or not the guy. Tonight, I did something, that I feel more of a guy. For me, who I am, my guy.
Make the hard decisions, make the sacrifices, make the unpopular decisions, and become comfortable in your own skin. And if you are not a person that you are comfortable being alone with, that is the one person in this universe that you have full power, full right, and full responsibility to change.
If you had to create a human, what would you put them through to make them tough? It probably wouldn't be a really chill life. What would you put them through to make them patient? You probably wouldn't give them things immediately. And so it's like we want these traits, but each of the traits has a price tag attached to it. And it's just like, do you want to pay the price tag to get the thing? And so I think if people reframe the period of life that they're going through as the price that they're paying out of their wallet, but the wallet is their time, is the seconds of life that they're trading for it, then I think more people will be willing to make the trade. Because at least when I look at myself, like when I'm 80 something years old and I'm looking back on my life, I want to have these traits. But in order to have those traits, I know I have to go through these things. And I think for me, that's given me a lot of comfort in hard times.
Right now in life, your family is looking for that one guy right now. They're looking for that one guy who's strong, who's that pillar for the family in hard times. Make sure they look around and find you. These are the times right now for you to step up. Be that guy that can take anything. Stay hard.
The biggest regret of the dying is never becoming your ideal self. I do believe that we're thrust in a world that we don't fit in. And I believe the journey is that a lot of people sell you a bill of goods along the way. That if you get some awards, you mean something. You go to a certain school, you got it. You're cute, classical beauty, you got the right man, you got the right zip code, and you swim through all that filthy swill until you come to the really, really stark conclusion that I want to leave this earth becoming who I know deep within I am supposed to be.
The next time you want to just give in to that desire for comfort, remember that your future self is going to be the one to suffer the consequences. It's so easy to just put it off and act like it doesn't exist. But that future self that you're passing all these burdens to will one day be yourself of the present, and you'll wish you chose to do otherwise.
Everything that you do counts. The biggest mistake that people make is they think that only what they want to count counts. No. When you read a book, when you listen to an audio program, when you go to a course, when you go to bed early and get up early and you work, it all counts.
Never fucking apologize for being yourself. If people don't like how you act, how you look, how you speak, that just means those aren't your fucking people. Don't change who you are to match your surroundings. Pick better fucking surroundings and be yourself.
Yeah, I don't know, most men would understand that when a man cries and he's whimpering, he's hurting. Because I've been there. And there's no shame in crying, gentlemen. Men, it's okay to cry. We can still be a man, but you're also human. And it does show a little bit of your vulnerability.
Do it for your loved ones. Do it for your wife. Do it for your husband. Do it for your children. Do it for generations to come. Come on, after you're dead and gone, what will they say about what you did? Yes, there's so many people depending on you, but it's got to start with you and the man upstairs.
If you want to be great, oh man, prepare to get up off that mat. You're going to get knocked down over and over and over. And even when you feel like, I can't be hit this hard. Or if you're down there thinking, there's no way I can get up from this. That's when you're just starting.
For some strange reason, this world wants to see you water down the reality of who you are. Our society wants to see you think like everyone else and feel just like those around you. Maybe for somebody who's so distracted from their true desires as a person, that doesn't sound so bad. But the pain of seeing through limitation in full absence of distractions is almost unbearable. You see, it hurts because the resistance wants you to give in and mold to what's expected of you. And if I can provide some advice, don't.
I don't know where you are in your game of life. You may be in your third quarter. You may be in your fourth quarter. Come on, you're not gonna live forever, not in this world, come on. You may be in your first quarter, your second half, and this time it's gotta be personal. See, last time you were just running through the plays. Last time you were just running the songs that you rehearsed in rehearsal. Last time you were just going through the motions and you got numb, come on, and you got tired and weary, and now you're broken and bitter and angry because you lost. And I'm just wondering if you're courageous enough, bold enough, if you have enough faith, come on, if you have enough inside of you, resilience to come back to the scene.
This life is relentless. You better keep coming back from all your failures, all your doubts, all your shit. You better keep fighting, keep getting up. Never fucking lay down for shit. That's one thing we should all agree on. If you've been broken once, you know how that shit feels. That means, fuck it, try and break me again.
You got a lot of people paying their hard-earned money to come watch you perform. It's your job to be in shape. It's your job to be strong enough to perform at that level every single night. And as a competitor, I'm not ducking. Like, it's not, oh my God, my back hurts, I'm sore, we gotta play Vince Carter and Toronto Raptors tonight.
Pick your mountain, whatever that mountain is, and each journey up the mountain is a million steps, and each day you have to take that step.
Yeah.
Each day you take that step, you look up at the mountain, you say, that's where I want to go. And then each next day you take your step over and over and over again.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you to become better at your craft.
Let yourself go, fall free into it, step into it. You are worthy. You are an unrepeatable miracle, and there is none like you in all the earth. There will never be another you. Your DNA, your fingerprint, come on, your gait, your presence, your authenticity. Come on, you're special. You're special and you're necessary.
It doesn't matter how hard you work, I'm willing to work harder than you.
And I know every motherfucker ain't gonna do what I'm gonna do. That's how you level up.
Stop being average when your potential is crying to come outside and be more than that.
No one will outwork me. No one.
It's so easy to be great nowadays, my friend, because most people are weak. Most people don't want to go to that extra mile. Most people don't want to find that extra because it sucks.
Of course, talent without work is nothing.
You gotta be hungry. People that are hungry are willing to do the things today others won't do.
There's no excuse not to be the hardest motherfucking worker in the room.
You have to want it.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. I'll show you how much you can truly burn. And they left you for dead. I know what that feels like, to be left for dead after you gave everything you had.
Tomorrow night, I'm gonna smash your boy, guys. I'm gonna smash your boy.
There's the title. Still undisputed. They will not see you coming as you rise, as you work every single day, tirelessly. Work! 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 Work, damn it! Work! 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 I tell you you don't know me, son. Get it. 18. You don't know me, son. Get it. 19. Son? Yeah. Who's one more? Carry the boats. It's time you realize that weakness, it is my strength. That pain, it is my development. That struggle, it is my triumph. Everything you think that is here to take me down is here to build me up. I ask you, what is happening to us, my friends? What is happening to us? And what are we becoming? What are we becoming? What are we becoming, my friend? What are we becoming? You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day. To this day. To this day.
At practice, when I'm training or during games, I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else. Right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus, Decimus Meridius, and Gladiator picking up the dirt, smelling the dirt. It's go time.
I never underdid things, I always overdid things.
When the war drums sound, the people that have been to war are the ones that actually say, let's think about this first. Because, like I said before, and like everyone says all the time, and they say it like it's no big deal, but war is hell. Before you do that, you should think about why you're doing it and understand if the people have the will to fight. And the will to fight, as I've said many times before, the will to fight is the will to kill and it's the will to die. And those are some pretty big wills that you need to have.
This is your life, my friend. And I'm sure when it's all said and done, you don't want to look back and see that you wasted it. This is your life, my friend, so you stand up. This is your life, my friend, so you rise up. This is your life, my friend, so you keep going. This is your life, my friend, so you never give up. This is your life, my friend, you need to keep going. This is your life, my friend. This is where you take control. Though you may fail, you refuse to tolerate it. Though you may fall, you refuse to stay down. Though you may lose the battle, you refuse to lose the war. Reach the point of no return, my friend, where you're always willing to give more.
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children.
We all in the same room ain't saying nothing to each other. Everybody's game face, like we going to war with each other. Now, the way I look back then, you know, that was all good and great, but I wasn't in it to look a certain way. I was in it to be great.
Out of the 100 men that go into war, 10 shouldn't even fucking be there. 80 of them are just targets. 9 do most of the fighting. 1 is a warrior.
And bodybuilding initially made me have to look at who I am as an individual. Do I want to do the training? Okay, fine, I can train. But do I really want to diet? Do I really want to give up time with friends? Do I want to be misunderstood?
All humans are not created equal. Some people just have a beautiful hand of cards.
Yes.
That guy's got 4 aces and he puts them right in your face. Boom!
I know if I bet on myself, I know I can dictate everything. I run everything. I'm the boss.
Take 10 seconds to get it again, beast. Get it, baby. Come on.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Energy. Let it out. 7, 8, 9, 10. A machine here. There you go. Nobody works like David in this house. 13. Come on. 14. Come on. 15. Shut that muscle down. 16. Come on. Get it. 17. Come on, we want to see it. Good, 22. Who's going to carry the boats and the lawns?
That's not all you have. There's more left in you. I know you're tired. I know you're weary. I know you've been brought to tears. All the blood, all the sweat, all the sacrifice, all of the suffering. I know you want to quit right now, but this is not the time to let go. This is not the time to doubt. This is not the time to quit. Keep going. Use it to your advantage.
You gotta put yourself in that cage. When you're in that cage, you are that character. And when you leave there, it's something completely different. But when I'm in that cage, bro, don't touch me, don't talk to me, leave me alone.
Push that last rep. Push with everything you got. Tell excuses to step aside. Let weakness know that it is not welcome in your house. Go get it now, and give it everything you got. Be productive, be powerful, and from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business.
You wouldn't have suffered enough. I've been suffering all my life. I'm sorry. It's not enough.
The amount of suffering that you understand, the amount of pain that you've gone through makes you appreciate the happiness and the beautiful moments with much more intensity.
You know what it's like to be poor, and you know what it's like to work hard. And you will want so much for them to like you, and they just won't. And it'll break your heart. And that'll make your heart bigger and open your eyes, and finally you will realize that there's more to life than proving you're the smartest person in the world.
This whole thing about suffering, yeah, it sucks. Really bad. Really, really bad. But we all live on this side of suffering. On this side. This nice box that's very comfortable, that we know when everything's gonna happen. We're in it, it's good. We know how everything's gonna turn out. It's those few people who are willing to go on this side of suffering. And once they get through that, ask him how he feels now. His mind, how far he grew. In that short period of time, he grew so much more than the normal person because he was willing to go outside himself. Because on the other end of suffering is greatness.
We're built to walk uphill. And when you reach the pinnacle of the hill, you want to stop and appreciate the vision, but the next thing you want is a higher hill in the distance, because it's the uphill climb that it's from the uphill climb that we derive our value, and I mean this technically. So almost all the positive emotion we feel, that's experienced in relationship to a goal. And so in some sense, you want a goal that you can never attain, right? So you can always move closer to the goal that recedes as you move towards it. You think, well, that's frustrating. It's like Sisyphus pushing the rock uphill. But it's not, because as you pursue that goal, you put yourself together and your life does get better and richer and more abundant. You want them to be above everything you're doing so you can continually move towards something that's more sublime and better. That's what you are. You're here to live, not to sleep.
Because you wouldn't have prayed like you pray had you not been hurt. You wouldn't love like you love had you not been hurt, because you know what it's like to hate somebody. So you refuse to go down that path.
Feelings has nothing to do with it. This is my dream. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do the things that I don't feel like doing. I'm going to do the things I don't want to do. I'm going to do the things that don't come easy to me, that do not come natural to me. I'm going to get up and do it. You can't live your life on feelings. You cannot let your feelings dictate what you are or are not going to do today.
You don't get that fire inside to make it happen out there until you go to the fire in here.
Leaving it all here, expecting it all out there. That's how it works. When you leave it all here, guys, you then have the right to expect it all out there. It doesn't work the other way around. You can't half-ass it here and expect anything but a half-ass life out there.
You know, it doesn't get easy, my friend. Running 12 plus miles a day, doing 800 plus push-ups a day, lifting weights every single day, working 2 jobs, working out of my comfort zone at the club. But it's worth it. Because if you think it's about fitness, you're wrong. If you think it's about the money, you're wrong. Because it all goes back to one point. One important point, my friend. I'm in it for the mentality. The mentality to keep going, no matter what happens.
Nothing should be easy. If it's easy, it's not going to be worth doing. So many people love to have the opportunity to find the easy way out and celebrate something that they never really worked hard to get. It gives you an opportunity to appreciate the challenges more, the letdowns, the failures. It gives you more ammunition so when you do eventually get to where you want to be, just in case that moment comes and you get knocked back down, you understand what it feels like and you know you're not going to stay down for very long because you know what that ground feels like.
This life is relentless. You better keep coming back from all your failures, all your doubts, all your shit. You better keep fighting, keep getting up. Never lay down for shit. That's one thing we should all agree on. If you've been broken once, you know how that feels. That means try and break me again. One thing in life, suffering has no expiration date. It don't give a if you're black, white, poor, rich, where you come from, how you were raised. It will keep coming after you. Stay hard.
It hurts when we're lifting these weights and we're trying to accomplish a goal. It hurts. It's painful. It's daunting. It's cumbersome. I don't want to do it. I'm sweating. I'm bleeding. I'm crying. I'm suffering. But after I've suffered, there is a reward. So we spend too much time thinking about how bad it hurts instead of how good the future will be after the pain. And so after the blood, after the sweat, after the tears, after I've cried all I'm gonna cry, I want to use the pain to my advantage.
At what age should you have everything together? For us normal people, it takes time. Because not only do you have to mature and grow, there's things in life that if you have a big enough dream, you're not the person you need to be right now to fulfill that dream. Now you keep moving towards it, you keep doing what needs to be done, but at the same time you realize that you yourself are gaining in knowledge and in experience and in personal growth.
Do you still struggle with all of the shit you talk about?
Oh my God.
Like
yes. That's why I'm so fucking relatable. I do not have this stuff figured out. I am shoulder to shoulder with everybody.
They look and see, and then are quick to judge your ability. But they weren't there. They weren't there through the struggle. They weren't there through the sleepless nights. They weren't there through the pain. They weren't there through the trauma. They weren't there through the tears. They weren't there to pick you up. You did that. So what gives them the right? What gives them the right to judge you? They don't know your ability, my friend. They don't know what you're capable of. They don't know what you can do. So you find a way to push through. You find a way to keep going because nobody can tell you anything when you're the one who dragged yourself out the dark. When you're the one who dragged yourself back into the light, my friend. They have no business in your business. So you keep going.
We all gonna go through it. We all have to go through it, including myself. I'm gonna tell you something. When you are doing everything in your power to be the best makeup of yourself, it's always gonna be an adversary that's gonna try to take that away from you. Now, the best way you can overcome this is having the faith. Now, it doesn't matter what you believe in, as long as it's something that's positive, that's gonna get you through it.
Imagine if you could use pain as a fuel. Imagine if you could use the pain as a passport. Imagine if you could use the pain to push you, to condition you, to prepare you for the stages and the rooms you gotta walk into and the tables you gotta sit at and the stages you have to stand on. What if the pain could make you better? What if the pain could build muscle? What if the pain could cause you to reach higher, to leap farther, to run faster? What if the pain could help you? What if all pain isn't hurt, but it's help?
I'm sick right now, my friends. That can't stop the grind. In a world where everybody is so comfortable and lazy, why don't you be the one to get uncomfortable? Why don't you be the one to take on the challenge? Why don't you be the one to never give up? Why don't you be the one to never stop? Why don't you be the one to never give in?
The thing of dreams, what you see in the movies, can become your reality when you work for it. It's the deposits and the contributions that we make behind the scenes where nobody can see it. It's the days and the minutes and the moments and the hours and the reps that you put in. It's the meals that you missed. It's the times that you lost sleep. And people may have thought you were losing your mind because you logged out of social media for months at a time to build something. You paused on hanging out with the boys or the girls so you can manifest it, so you can see it finally. I've come to the resolve that every table that I sit at, every room that I walk in, every stage that I stand on, every life that I enter, the question I want to ask myself and the question that I want to ask you is, did things get better because you were there? It is what we do in secret. It is what we do in silence. It is how we work on ourselves and condition ourselves when nobody can see it, that will determine how we execute in public. And I'm just wondering if there's anybody listening to me out there that has come to the resolve that now is the time to become the person you know you've been destined to be. Most of us are not okay with silence. We gotta talk, we gotta hear TV, we gotta listen to the radio, we gotta watch social media. It's just a constant, wrapped in the swirl of distraction and noise. We never get to the place of manifestation. Learn how to do this thing without talking about it. Multitasking is not for most people. Being a jack of all trades is not something to be proud of. It's not a badge of honor. That you will have a desire and hunger to master something, to work smart and not just hard. Release what God has given you. Master one thing at a time. Everything that is within us, we give to an idea. When we can get alone with ourselves, we can execute relentlessly. Because whatever it is that's been fighting your bloodline, whatever it is that's been running through your family, I pray that your testimony is that it ran in your family until it ran into you. And the moment that it ran into you, it got a rude awakening. We can be steady and persistent under pressure. We won't buckle or grow fatigue if we can understand our design and how to faithfully fulfill the assignment that is on our life.
Not everybody needs to know your every move, your every step. Because sometimes there are outsiders that will come in and they will distract you from your destiny. When you quiet yourself, when you turn down the volume from all of the things that are holding you back and turn up the volume within you and knowing that you have all you need within yourself to push forward, then all things are possible.
So if I could tell you anything in this moment, it would be to divorce distractions, living vicariously through the lives of people that are posting on social media, not their journey, not step by step, not the process, but they're posting their highlight reels. They're showing you the best of their life. And you're comparing your worst days to their best days. You're distracted. Get off social media for a moment. Anybody that built something significant in the age of social media took a step back. They unplugged. They uninstalled the app for a season. You gotta live at the edge of your abilities, constantly challenging yourself to jump higher, leap farther, run faster, to break through, not to go around. If we're going to manifest the future that we see in our heads and hold it in our hands, then we have to rewrite the code. We've got to unlock new paradigms, new behaviors. Beat on your craft and work on yourself so diligently, so vigorously, so energetically, so dynamically, so very strategically that we force ourselves to achieve.
Just be quiet and work in silence. This is all that is needed from you. So whatever life has for you, and you stand up, and you work hard, and you keep moving, and you keep believing, and you stay powerful.
There are many of you listening to me right now. You could drop it in the comments. You've never been single. And some of you have been single your whole lives. But here's my question. Can you create? Can you implement? Can you build? Can you execute? Can you invent it? Can you imagine it and fulfill it alone? Without sharing the details, without spilling the beans, can you build something so beautiful, so life-giving, so unbelievable with just you and yourself? Or perhaps you and your coach, you and your mentor, you and that one person that you know you can depend on. I don't need to communicate this thing to the world. I just need to get it done. You can't build a business. You can't erect an empire with the wrong people and the wrong systems. We never really get to the place of releasing our brilliance, of uncovering our gifts, talents, and abilities because we don't spend enough time with ourselves, beating on our craft, becoming the best version of ourselves. We spend so much time talking about what we're going to do, posting on social media about what we think, that we spend so much time and resource and energy and we never really become. I think most people grossly underestimate the power of working on themselves.
Life is gonna be hard. No one said it was supposed to be easy. Life isn't fair. Sometimes you just gotta do it alone. What do? How do you live? How do we get through it? You got to stand up. You gotta get up. The path that you have chosen was never designed to be easy. Some people want it easy. But I dare you to go the hard way. What do with the life that has been given? How do we face the circumstances that have been brought before us? Do we give up? Do we stand up? Do we push through? Those are the questions that we ask each and every day when we are faced with adversity. Hard times create tough mass. Tough mass creates tough characters. But you got to carry on. So when it gets tough, you gotta get tougher. When you're standing on your own 2 feet and the storm is coming in, you still gotta stand. And sometimes you just gotta stand alone. Greatness requires work. And hard work is how you get it. You don't give up because it's hard. You don't give up because it's challenging. You don't give up on you. Let the hard work begin. So when you're standing alone, make sure you stand with a pure heart, with a great mindset, because there's no one like you. There's nothing that can stop you. No one can do the things that you do. No one can stand like you do. You have to keep going. You have to be truthful to who you are inside. It was never designed to be easy. Don't give up. Go for it. The question is, how hungry are you? How much are you willing to give of yourself? Because it's really ultimately up to you. You can't sit around and waste time. You can't sit around and determine that everything is going to go your way, because it will not go your way all the time. But I tell you what, if you keep laying around wasting time, time is going to continue to carry on with or without you, because you have already decided to lay in your bed because you were just too tired to get up. It's up to you to make a difference so that you can be a difference maker. It's up to you to be a solution and not a problem. That means you got to be serious, and you got to be willing, and you got to be dedicated. You got to take that leap of faith. I understand it will never be easy. I understand that I got to work. I understand that sometimes I want to give up, but I will not give up. So while you're sitting around, moping around, blaming everybody for what you're not doing, guess what? Nobody's gonna sit around and wait for you to do the right thing for yourself, because it's all up to you. So just get busy. You are on your way. Success doesn't have time for your excuses. Success doesn't have time for your laziness. Success doesn't have time for the person who doesn't truly want to change. I know you are scared. Return that fear into fire. We've all been there. We've all been afraid of something. But don't give up. You keep trusting. You keep believing. You keep going. Embrace the suck and keep on fighting. It's okay that you failed, but don't think you don't have what it takes. Don't doubt. Don't be ashamed. Trust in who you are. I must work. I must believe. I will fight. I will work. I will push. And I will never quit on me. I know that I have to work. I know that I have to believe. I know I have to trust in me. You got to show up. Sometimes we are going to have to just deal with the circumstances and the challenges that we face. You can't be soft. You can't be weak and expect the greatness to come out of you. You can't expect anything good to come out of nothing. If you're not giving nothing, you get nothing. Now get up and do your work. When it comes to the work ethic, that's when you have to dig deeper. That's when you have to work harder. That's when you have to shut out all the noise and all the naysayers. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you just have to be quiet and listen to your passion. Listen to your heart. Listen to your truth. It's okay sometimes, because these things are going to happen no matter how hard you work. But you don't have the right to give up. You don't have the right to give in. And stop playing the blame game and go about your business. When you have been pushed back even harder. I dare you to go down that path that many refuse to go. Pain, passion, focus, faith. You put it together. You will be an unstoppable force.
I want you to know that you're beautiful. I want you to know that you're beautifully made. I want you to know that you're worthy. Understand that, yeah, you're worthy and you're deserving of the good things, the finer things in life. And that's not just on the financial aspect. I'm talking about, great, healthy connections and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about peace. I'm talking about sanity, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? And I want you to know that if you still right here, then baby, you still got some purpose. Hello, somebody. You still got some purpose. A lot of times we walk around and we feel like we're worthless. We walk around and we feel like we don't have anything to offer. We walk around and we feel like, the whole entire world is against us. Hello, yeah, let's just be real about it. Some of us, we toyed with it all night long. Some of us, we struggle with it, and that's one of the things that, we battle with the most is the fact that we feel like, we're not this or we're not that. I want you to know that you got purpose. As long as you got breath in your body, as long as you got clothed with your right mind, you have some purpose. Stop letting the enemy trick you into thinking that you're not supposed to be here. Stop allowing the enemy to trick you into thinking that you don't have anything to offer or that the world would be a better place without you. Stop allowing the enemy to come in and trick you up out of your position, up out of your spot. I want you to understand that if you're still right here, sweetheart, whether they like it or not, you're supposed to be here. Whether they on board with you or not, you're supposed to be here. One of the things that I want you to jot down real quick is I want you to write down, baby, I still got some purpose in me. Hello, somebody. That's a note for you. I want you to understand that you still got some purpose in you, baby. Hello, somebody. I need you to write that in your red pen real quick. I got some purpose in me. Might not look like what you want me to look like. Understand that I might not look like greatness right now. That's right. I might not look like it right now. I might look like I'm struggling right now. Are you in a place in your life where you can honestly say that you're living up to your fullest potential? Are you waking up every single morning and giving you the best that you got? I'm not talking about what you're doing for other folk. You got to get to that place in your life where you become selfish with yourself. You got to get to that place in your life where you understand that you deserve more, you deserve better. You got to get to that place in your life where you're willing to go to war. You want all the smoke about you. Baby, I want you to understand that when it comes down to me and the person that I am, When it comes down to me being able to live up to my fullest potential, when it comes down to me being able to live the life that I deserve to live, then baby, I want you to understand something about this here, baby. I'm willing to give it all that I got. I'm willing to do it all by myself. I'm willing to do it with one leg and a kickstand. I'm willing to do it with what? Sweat in my eyes. I'm willing to do it with tears falling down my face. I'm willing to do it if I gotta crawl on my belly by any means necessary. I am going to do what I gotta do in order for me to make sure that I am setting myself up for success. Don't be so loyal to other folk that you're disloyal to yourself.
Interested people watch obsessed people change the world. Kobe Bryant was not interested in winning championships. He was obsessed.
If you really have an obsession to figure it out, you will figure it out.
Look in the mirror, motherfucker, is you versus you.
And obsession comes in the small details that nobody pays attention to.
Because our obsessions become our possessions.
You hear this all the time. Don't sweat the small stuff. The 1%ers, the 0.01, they sweat every single detail.
I'm obsessed with it. With win or bust.
What you obsess about most regularly, you will eventually possess in your life.
You have to be obsessive. You have to be obsessive. You have to be addicted. You have to be disciplined. The key there is you. Winning requires you to be different, and different scares people. It's never enough. Nothing great is going to come without you having to deal with adversity and pain tolerance.
The price you will pay for not winning is infinitely greater than the price you will ever pay to win.
It's everything, and it's in the details. If I can do it, why can't they? You gotta fight like hell.
That if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it.
It's the ones that can fight, the ones that come back, those are the ones that succeed. Those are the icons. Paradise starts in hell.
And if you simply go after that thing that you want.
You're not f***ing born with greatness. You earn greatness.
I don't care how you get there. The goal is to win, period. Different scares people. And anytime anybody's told me I'm crazy, I've always thanked them for that. Because it gave me the ability to see and do things that other people can't do, and acknowledge things that other people won't acknowledge. If you're obsessed with taking your business, your sport, whatever it is, to another level, stand up. You must be able to deal with pain. And the more understanding you have of what's causing you the pain and how you've dealt with it is going to determine how successful you will be in whatever you choose in life. It's on you. Your failure and your success is on you. I think the thing that people misunderstand about success is they're looking for the easiest way to get there. Look at the most successful people in the world. They're the most coachable. They have the least amount of doubt. They have the least amount of doubt. You usually have doubt because of what somebody else is going to think of you.
So people that aren't going to see your vision, people didn't see Jeff Bezos' vision, people don't see Elon Musk, people don't see Kobe and Jordan's vision, and that's okay, but you've got to be willing to see it in yourself.
Everyone's going to hit adversity. It's how you deal with that adversity. And the key word is you, not letting somebody else deal with that adversity. You have to deal with that adversity. And how you deal with it. Are you going to fight through it, or are you going to curl up and just roll over into the corner? People talk about this all the time. Losing builds character. Well, how much fucking character do you need? Your dreams and thoughts better be so big that they better scare you. They better scare you. Because you're not thinking big enough then. You don't want it. It has to be something that nobody else has thought about before or done before. The process it takes to be number one and stay at number one, you have no idea. Very few people understand what winning and success does to an individual's mental health. Everybody wants to sit in your seat until they have to sit in your seat. But it takes a special individual, and there's very few people that can do that. I always say this, the most driven individuals, they live a life for many years and certain times without balance. Everybody strives for balance, balance, balance. And in order to be that obsessed with something over and over again, there is going to be times where things are going to be out of balance. It just is. You can't be the best at something and try to balance everything else around your life. You don't find balance, you create it, and it's different for every individual out there. The balance I've created may be completely different than the balance you've created. And there's certain times in your life that the scales are definitely going to be weighing towards one side more than the other. In early part of Kobe's career, it was about basketball and winning, about basketball and winning. And towards the end of his career, it became less about winning. It was still about basketball, and it became more on spending time with the family. But you have to surround yourself with people. You have to surround yourself with people, with individuals that would be selfish for you. They understand your obsession. They understand your drive. They understand your attention to detail. Make sure you're all in. Your obligation to yourself to be the best, to achieve the highest level, has to be greater. The pressure you put on yourself has to exceed anybody else's pressure that puts on you. You got to start winning. It's a mindset. Before you have an exceptional skill set, you have to have the right mindset. You have to have a great mindset. The stronger your mindset is, the greater your skill set is going to be. They gotta want it. It's what fuels you. What's fueling that desire? Individuals that can control it, harness it, acknowledge it, know how to use it. It takes them to a completely different level. You have to win with all of you. Everybody can handle pressure. You know what? Most people decide not to.
But why is it worth it?
Because the results are so good. I have to be at my best to win.
I didn't get here making excuses. You gotta get to the point where it hurts. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. But I'm not gonna cry about it. No, I'm not a part of the country club. Nope, I'm not. I don't hang out with them, but I'm still gonna be successful. I'm still gonna get to where they are. Why? Because I owe it to myself. And can't nobody stop me but me. You will not destroy us. You will not defeat us to the day I die. It's your mental toughness, your mental strength. We can, we will, and we must get through this. This is what's so sweet about success. That as long as you stay in failure, that you get satisfied with that. When you actually come over to success, it's the same thing. Like, you gotta have more and more and more of it. Just like when you're in poverty, you can keep doing it. When you become successful, so I went with the master's degree. Then when I went with the PhD, we came out with an album. I wrote 3 books. Are you hearing what I'm telling you?
Now I'm at a point where I have this sensational desire for more success. So after I finish with the degree, now I start working out. I'm ready to hit this marathon. Now I got another book coming. Now I'm trying to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Now we're trying to do a reality show. I'm telling you, you would get from the dark side. You get from being a loser, low self-esteem, doubt, and fear. If you can find your way on this side, guys, it's sweeter on this side. Many of you have not activated who you are because you don't know what you want. Execution is worship. Execution is worship. Execution is worship. Execution is worship. You get away with a lot of stuff when you start executing. And I'm telling you, if you execute, you're gonna be on a whole other level. What do you want? And there are those of you in this room, you are great. You are phenomenal, and you're not walking in it. Accept it. And now let's walk in it. The dream is yours, but you're saying, I'm not worthy of the dream. You're probably not, but it's been given to you anyway. I really don't know what I want. I am not walking in my greatness. My esteem is not where it should be. I'm accepting things that I probably shouldn't accept. And when I leave today, I'm ready to embrace the true me. Listen to me, as you're trying to get to that next level of success, you legitimately have to know what that is if somebody's gonna be able to help you out. Listen to what I'm saying. I knew what I wanted, and the first thing some of you in this room have to do, you've got to get to the place where you know what you want. And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it. That's what I do. I wake up every single day and I go after what I want. But if you don't know what you want, what are you even waking up for? E.T., why am I not fired up? E.T., why am I sleeping in? Because you don't have a reason to get up. You don't have a reason to wake up early in the morning. You don't have a reason to work out. But you better stop making excuses and find a way to win. Because once you start winning, I'm telling you, I can't explain it to you, but doors start opening, opportunities start happening. But what you cannot do is you cannot quit doing the process. You cannot give up because it ain't what you see. You cannot give up. And when you become a winner, they start seeing you with winners. And so I need you to create a culture of winning. And do me a favor, you don't have to win at a whole bunch of stuff. Just win one day at a time. You cannot give up. What you got to do is, you heard it. Champions keep going when they don't have anything left in their tank. That's the difference between the greats. That's what separates them. When they don't have no more, when it's over, when they're tired, when they're frustrated, when they're ready to give up, when they spent their last dime, that's when they get started. Are you hearing me? It's when you have nothing left. It's when you depleted all your money, when all your energy gone, when you have nothing left. That's when it's showtime. When you find a way out of no way. When you find breath that you don't have. When you find energy that did not exist. When you want this thing as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you find a way. I wish I could tell you you tired, go take a break. I wish I could tell you it's gonna get easier. I wish I could tell you that if you just keep going, it's gonna get lighter. The weight is gonna get light. I wish I could tell you that, but that's not the truth. The truth is you gotta find something within. So I need you to do me a favor, guys. I need you to win. Until you know what you want, you will not get good rest. If you don't know what you want, then you've not begun to live yet. You gotta find something within, and that's gotta push you, and that's gotta elevate you, and that's gotta drive you, and that's gotta move you. And when you find out what your why is, and your why gotta be deeper than you, when you find your why, you don't hit snooze no more. When you find your why, you find a way to make it happen. There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. No excuse. And I can't explain it, but you better feel me. Winners win and losers lose. I can't explain it any better than that.
What changed? I changed. And I stopped being a victim. I stopped saying I've got to wait for good things to happen to me. And I said, I'm going to grind. I'm going to fight. I'm going to work. I'm going to press toward. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do everything in my power. Every single day, I'm going to do everything in my power to become a victor and not a victim. Do not say, this is going to be a part of my life because somebody told you it was going to be a part of your life. You need to start rejecting some of the stuff people are telling you. You need to stop embracing it. Just because they said it, it doesn't mean it's true for you. Just because you don't believe, just because you're going to be in poverty, just because your marriage ain't going to work out, just because your kids aren't going to be successful, I'm not owning that. That's not my life. And the reason why I say it's my fault, even when it's not my fault, because when I say it's your fault, I give you power. I give you control over my life. And I will never give another human control over my life. It's my fault. It's my problem. I'm coming up with a solution for it. Can we try? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Some of y'all, you're not even trying. You don't even try to do it. You've given up before you even tried. I'm taking ownership. You get to determine how you live. You live life on your terms. Go again, will your way through it. Some things you can skill yourself through, some stuff you gotta will your way through. And where there is no struggle, there is absolutely no progress. I will. Come on, I will. I will. Come on, I will. I will. I must. I must.
This is madness. It's madness if I stay poor. It's madness if I stay depressed. It's madness if I stay broke. It's madness if I don't get fit. It's madness if I don't put in the work. It's madness if I don't believe. It's madness if I don't get my family a part of the hood. That's madness. Madness is not working for it. Madness is sitting in your bed, giving up on your dream. That is madness. But the real freedom is in putting in the work. This is madness.
So if they think that you are mad, let them talk. Let them wonder. Because the madness sets you apart from everyone else.
And so let me look crazy for a season, and I'll live the rest of my life like a legend. If it breaks me, it's making me into something I could have never been. You can hate all you want to, but I understood the work that was required to put in. Because I'm working at this thing so hard and I look mad and crazy. That's when people start questioning your mental state.
This is madness. The naysayers, let them talk, because they too lazy to do the work.
I am committed, and I don't care if this thing takes everything I have. I'm going after it.
You will believe even when others don't. Bring the madness.
We're gonna make it! We're gonna make it, my friend! We're gonna make it! We're gonna make it through!
Remember, it was never designed to break you. It was designed to make you.
Call me mad now. Call me legend later.
Don't you dare look down on yourself. When everybody's gonna think I'm this, everybody's gonna think I'm that, let them think. Let them wonder. But they'll never be able to stand with you. They'll never be able to stand next to you. Don't be ashamed to be different. Don't be ashamed to walk a path no one has ever walked before.
If you're going to choose this path, it will require suffering. It's not going to be easy every day.
All that matters right now is what you believe within yourself.
I don't care what anybody says. I visualize myself driving what I've been called to drive, living where I've been called to live, getting my family up out of the hood. I visualize myself. My family won't have to struggle. If I'm gonna eat, everybody gonna eat. If I'm gonna win, everybody gonna win.
This is a time for you to realize who you are inside. That blood that flows through your veins, that's who you are. There's no weakness there. There's nothing that's holding you back but yourself. But the madness, you got to stay with it.
And sometimes I've got to amputate some people out of my life because they don't understand. Because they don't understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it. And it's draining me to keep explaining to them why I'm doing what I'm doing. Some people are never gonna get it until you lift the trophy in the air. Some people are never gonna get it until you lift the diploma in the air. Some people are never gonna get it until you win. Then they're gonna ask you, how did you do it? I did it when you thought I was crazy. I did it when you thought I should have quit. I did it when you thought I should have got more sleep. When you thought I should have went on vacation. I was willing to look crazy. I was willing to look foolish. I was willing to look like I wasn't going down the right path.
So if someone thinks that you're a little out of control, no, they're out of control. You in control because they can't control you. No one has that power over you unless you give it to them. Stop buying into the nonsense that's out there today. Start trusting in yourself today. Because this is not the time to look down. This is the time to get up. This is the time to show up.
Who you are right now has gotten you as far as you're gonna get. And so whatever it is that you're going after, you gotta become another person to get there. It's the people that are willing to look foolish in front of everybody to accomplish that one thing. It's the crazies that make history. If you're going to accomplish something great, sacrifice will be required. There will be a measure of suffering. You're going to look foolish. You're going to look like the guy who's lost his mind. Then there are going to be seasons and chapters and moments in your life where nobody is going to understand why you're not sleeping like everybody else. What I've done has gotten me where I am. And if I'm going to accomplish more, and if I'm going to do more and see more and become more, I must give my all to this. But there are some goals in life that if I'm going to hit, if I'm going to have an aim, and I'm going to punch through, then I've got to be willing to look crazy. I've got to be willing to look foolish.
You can't be what you think you are if you're not willing to go through the storm. You can't be strong if you never tasted weakness. There will be many people out there that will look down on you. They will literally think that you have lost your mind. Why? Because you're dedicated? Because you're driven? Because you refuse to sleep on your destiny, on your dreams, on your ideas? So many people would rather just sit back on the sidelines and wait. But not you.
You're going to look crazy to some people because you are pursuing the dream that you believe that you've been destined to accomplish in life. This is where we look a little crazy. This is where the madness begins, when I get to the business of getting it done. Because I'm working at this thing so hard and I look mad and crazy and nobody believes and everyone's calling me to quit. That's when I keep going. That's when I keep emailing. That's when I keep pushing. That's when the grind gets real good. There was a fighter that once said, I don't start counting my push-ups until it hurts. I'll look mad if I have to. I'll look crazy if I have to. To many, it will seem as though I've lost my mind, but it is right at that point where I shock the world, and I'm gonna give it everything I have. I'm the man that decided to start unknown.
and finish unforgettable.
You know, the number one excuse is I don't have enough time. I always tell people there's 168 hours in a week. If you get 8 hours sleep a night, well, there's 50 plus hours gone. You still have 110, 112 hours left. If you work 60 hours a week, you still have 55 hours left to go do what's important to you. So I don't really buy the time excuse, but that's the number one excuse that I hear.
It's time to get real. It's time to get raw. It's time to look ourselves in the mirror and come to the resolve that this version of ourselves is not going to carry us in the stretch. That I've been this version of myself long enough that if I don't change, if I don't do something about this, then I'm gonna find myself bankrupt.
A man is rewarded in public for what he does in private.
Discipline is the single most important thing that you can use when it comes to being successful. Motivation is fleeting. No one wakes up motivated every single day. The key to success that you're looking for, the thing that's going to make your dreams come true, is simple discipline. It's doing what needs to be done even when you don't want to, even when you're not motivated.
You're only disciplined once a week. You're only determined twice a week. You're only enthusiastic about the journey on Sundays or Wednesdays. And once you get a covenant, once you make a covenant with who you believe God has called you to be, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna commit to this. You're gonna put the blood, you're gonna put the sweat, you're gonna put the tears in, you're gonna lose sleep, you're gonna go days without eating, you're gonna do whatever it takes to make the sacrifices necessary to manifest.
We give up too early, and if we just had a little bit of perseverance, if we just worked a little bit harder and just took it a day at a time, our dreams would come true.
There are too many people in your life who have left you. There are too many people in your life who have counted you out. There are too many people in your life who have whispered in your ear and said you'll be worse off without them. Prove them wrong.
When I start off my day by investing in myself, I set the tone for the rest of my life, and everything else falls into place because I've set a precedent that I'm important, that I'm worth it, that I matter. And so I tell people, invest in you first, and then you have the energy, the drive, the passion to just uplift everybody else in your circle. Physical is the easy part. See, the physical part, all you gotta do is show up. If you can show up, again, be all in, ask some questions. Maybe we'll add be willing to suffer a little bit into that mix. You will be okay. The psychological preparation, that's a different story. I always say the mind is primary, and I always say that a strong mind is a catalyst for change. When you see the best athletes in the world either perform really well or, on the other hand, completely bomb out, it's because of that muscle that lives between the ears.
We only have so much real estate in our minds and our hearts. We only have so much bandwidth in our mental capacity. And the more distractions, the more delusions, the more negativity that we allow to take up real estate in our hearts and in our minds, the less energy we have to fulfill the call, to fulfill destiny, to manifest the idea. Everything that you think about, that you meditate on, everything that has to your attention has to be worth your time. So now it's time to navigate and do an appraisal of everything that's in our life, everything and everybody in our life. Time to do an appraisal and ask it and ask them this question: are you worth my time? If you're not, it's time to unplug. Time to unplug. Time to unplug.
3 rules Bobby Maximus lives by. Number 1, show up every single day. Number 2, when you do show up, you want to be all in. You want to be 100% present. And number 3, be curious. ask some questions along the way. Don't be scared to admit that you don't know everything. And if you can learn a little bit, along with showing up and being all in, the world is yours. If you want to be good at something, if you want to transform your body, you've got to spend 130 quality hours. And the next question I'm always asked is, what does that look like? It's an hour a day of dedicated practice for 6 straight months. If you want something, if you want to be good at something, you want to accomplish something, you've got to put in the time. And the minimum amount of time that you can put in is an hour a day of dedicated practice for 6 straight months. If you want to be good at something, you've got to do it every day. Like, we look at people like LeBron James. Why is he good at basketball? Because he does it every day. You look at Wayne Gretzky in hockey. Why was Wayne so good in hockey, arguably the greatest of all time? Because he did it every day. And so my number one piece of advice to people, if you want to be good at something, whatever that thing that you desire is, whatever your passion is, do it every single day. That's the real secret to success.
We celebrate athletes and we celebrate critical thinkers and innovators and actors, and we praise them and coin them our heroes, and we follow them by the millions. We love what they do in public, but you don't know the story behind the glory. You don't know the blood, the sweat. You didn't see the tears that they cried, the prayers that they prayed, the countless weeks where they went without sleep to get where they are.
When you see somebody that's successful, your gut reaction is to think they're lucky. They had a great trainer. They had it easy. If I was in their shoes, I could do it too. And the thing that I would want to say is, these people work harder than you can imagine. They show up every day. They do the work. They suffer. So when you see somebody on a screen, rather than criticize, be grateful. Rather than try to cut them down, maybe try to learn a little bit from them, because the amount of dedication that goes into that craft, a normal person will never understand.
The secret of change is to focus all of our energy, not on fighting the old, but building the new, and specifically behind closed doors when nobody's looking, when no one is there to affirm you, when nobody's there to validate you, when nobody is there to agree with you. You build in the dark and you announce it when it's finished.
Life was given for a reason. We exist for a reason. We were put on this earth to do great things. But the challenges, ladies and gentlemen, the challenges had to happen. They must happen. But we must carry on. What do we do with the life that has been given? How do we face the circumstances that have been brought before us? Do we give up? Do we stand up? Do we push through? Those are the questions that we ask each and every day when we are faced with adversity. No one said it was supposed to be easy. Hard times create tough mass. Tough mass creates tough characters. But you got to carry on. So when it gets tough, you gotta get tough. We are born to do great things. Not everybody is going to stand with you. Not everybody is going to support you. Not everybody is going to be by your side. So when you're standing alone, make sure you stand with a pure heart, that you do have something that you must do. Learn to walk alone sometimes. Learn to be strong when you need to be strong. Learn to understand that not everybody will be with you. I dare you to go down that path that many refuse to go. I dare you to show up and show the world that you have something that is special and unique about you. I dare you to show the world something they ain't never seen before about you. I dare you to stand up. I dare you to breathe life into your purpose. I dare you to do it. I dare you to be strong. I dare you to be a man. I dare you to be a woman. I dare you to be the one that they never even knew existed. All you got to do is just stand on what you do. Pain, passion, focus, faith. You put it together. You will be an unstoppable force. Not everything you do in life is meant for you. Not everything that you want out of life is designed for you. But there comes a time in your life that you have to just say, let's be patient. Let's take the necessary steps. Let's make a few mistakes. I'm talking about the mistakes that happen throughout life just to get to a common ground. Accept the challenges, but don't give up. So when you're standing alone, make sure you have the right mindset within you to know that, hey, at the end of the day, I must stand. I must work. I must believe. I will fight. I will work. I will push. And I will never quit on me. You let the naysayers tell you that you didn't have it. You let negativity surround you. You let doubt and fear control you. You let excuses kill you. Now what do? You gotta get up. Stop sleeping on your dreams. Stop sleeping on your desires. Stop sleeping on your passion. Ladies and gentlemen, no one said it was supposed to be easy. I will make everything count each and every day of my life. For my life is in my hands, and I must be willing to do what I must do to get where I need to be in my life. Hard times, what do? How do we get through it? Do we stress, or do we take a rest from it? Do we know how to turn it up, or do we know how to turn it off? You don't know enough about yourself because you believed everything negative about you, but you didn't have the truth within you. You didn't understand that you were made for a reason. You didn't understand that you had power. Ladies and gentlemen, get out there and fight for your life. What you do right now matters. How you pursue your life, how you go further in your life is what you put inside of your mindset and say, I am ready, I must go forward, and if I look back, I'm too distracted to see what's in front of me. Do you have to keep going? But the moment you doubt, you step too far back and not enough forward, you will lose yourself because you have given up. You will lose yourself and you will never find your way back because you gave up too soon. You will lose yourself because you didn't think you had it anymore. Battles are meant to fight. And you will fight each battle of your life. And some you will win and some you will lose. But if your heart is beating and your brain is functioning and your eyes are open, ladies and gentlemen, get out there and fight for your life. It's hard. Deal with it. Every day you breathe is a chance for you to live. Every day that you breathe is a chance for you to make a difference. Every day that you breathe is a chance for you to stand up. Every day that you breathe is a chance for you to make a difference within yourself. Every day that you breathe is an opportunity for you to fight. Every day that you breathe is an opportunity for you to let the world know that you are about your business. Let the hard work begin. Let the testimony be the testimony. When you are tested, be the testimony. When you have been pushed back even harder. When you feel that you can't carry on, feel within yourself that you are alive and you got a job to do. It is all business, never personal. Be productive, be strong, be powerful. Hard work, never quit. And from the bottom of my heart, ladies and gentlemen, conduct your business.
You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
For me, anger was good. Anger was good because it was motivating. The more I could create an enemy, the more I wanted to go out and kill those guys.
I've been listening to them laugh my whole career. An Irishman win a fight in the UFC? Hell no. Laughs all around. Hell no, he's all talk, he's all hype, he's a joke. The sound of laughter and the sound of doubt motivates me.
I saw you celebrate my losses like I wasn't gonna win again.
You gotta want to be successful so bad that you forget to eat. That's how bad you gotta want it.
I'm just wondering if you are bold enough, daring enough, if you can believe in your dream again, if you can get committed, if you can make it personal. It's personal.
Because it's about you.
It's personal. 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 It's personal.
Once I talked to Cuss, and Cuss talked to me over and over again, over and over again, every night for hours and hours. I just never had to worry about nobody ever bullying me again. Because I know I would kill them if they f***ed with me.
You've got to create a lot of different emotion to heighten your sense of awareness and focus.
It's about you ultimately actively moving through your emotions rather than being stopped by them towards a goal.
I think when change hits and it's personal, that's when the perspective shift comes.
Get into something that's really personal, that means something to you. I think that's the key to what we do. It's gotta be personal.
It's up to you to carry on. Remember, you owe you something. Continue to believe that. We all have desires and dreams. Make your dream a reality.
I'm talking concrete commitment. The commitment that says, can I stay true to what I said I would do long after the mood that I've set it in has left?
See, when you get personal, when you make it personal, everything changes.
Don't make it personal. What a joke. It has been personal. When week after week, I'm choked up, fighting back tears with every sentence. It's personal. I have waited my whole life. I will wait no more.
That's why they say many are called, few are chosen. Ooh, it's about you having a vision, a possibility for yourself that has to do with being great.
Because I'm gonna make it personal. Because it's always been personal to me.
So you found out that the secret sauce in your life is the guy in your mirror. That it's not some outside variable that's going to come and save you. The cavalry's not coming. It's up to you, baby. Get up off the couch. I got to go leave the cave, kill something, and drag it home. You found that truth in that moment.
Despite my doubts and all of those sort of things, I'm going to put my trust in that and try and go for things and not be scared to fail and not be driven by fear and all those sort of things, because it's personal.
It's about your journey, your goals.
Listen to me, you got it. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it?
Do they have what it takes? Are they willing to do whatever it takes? A lot of people give up. And that's just that's just the truth.
Come on, there are too many people riding on you. You got a mother, she's been doing everything she can to put food on the table. You got to do it for her. You got a father that's counting on you. You got to do it for him. You got some siblings that are watching you right now. You got to do it for them. But guess what else? You got to do it for you.
Because deep down in every human being, they want to see the greatest version of themselves. But most people quit. Most people stop believing.
It's personal. It's personal. You gotta make it personal.
No matter what challenges I face, no matter what the statistics are, I will maintain unwavering faith that I can achieve the outcome that I want. And if I don't, I'll be at peace with it. That was my why. I'm willing to do everything in my power to fulfill my potential and become the best version of myself. It's an unwavering faith in possibility. That's it.
You got to get fueled on the inside and say, now is my time.
And it's about you.
It's personal.
Yes.
It's about your core. It's about your mindset.
What do you actually want?
How do you want all of your life to go?
I believe everything happens for a reason. I think we get to choose the reason.
And I decide my fate. Nothing that you want will manifest itself unless you aim for it. And you won't aim for it unless you know what it is, and you won't know what it is unless you ask yourself. And then you might say, well, why don't you ask yourself? And the answer is, well, maybe no one ever explained to you that you needed to, which is a crucial issue. And then maybe you don't also trust yourself. If you had the job or career track that would motivate you, just hypothetically, what might that look like?
This is dreams we're talking about. We're talking about dreams.
It's just really rigid. If you become the best, you have to almost become fanatical. You know, this is my life, this is all I live for, this is my air, this is everything.
Dreams require sacrifices. People don't want to sacrifice.
Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it.
And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. And I'm here to tell you, number one, that most of you say you want to be successful, but you don't want it bad. You just kind of want it. You don't want it badder than you want to party. You don't want it as much as you want to be cool. Most of you don't want success as much as you want to sleep.
Nobody knows but you. You can't get advice on what you should do with your life.
You take control of the circumstances. You take control of the outcome. You take control of your life.
It's in our hands. It's on us. And nobody can make that decision for us.
It doesn't start with them and they. It starts with me.
Whatever the fuck you're doing, just prove to yourself it's the shit that you want to be doing. Build around that.
This is the only life that I have. And I'm going to take the leap of faith. I'm going to jump in it. I must live what's in me. And all of us have something in us that we must live. And if we don't know what it is right now, we must create it or we must find it. All of us have this, whatever this something is that gives our life that meaning, that value, that power, and that happiness.
See, when you get married to purpose, married to destiny, married to who you've been destined to be, everything changes.
It's not about external validation. It's about your relationship to yourself. And you know when your head hits the pillow at night and when you wake up in the morning, what that relationship looks like.
It's not about them. It's about you.
Leave every excuse behind. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Burn the boats. Eliminate the options. You're going in again. And this time, you're coming out with a win. Period.
Despite everything that happened to you, you're still here. And I promise you, my friend, that is no mistake. That's a purpose. A purpose for you to live, my friend. A purpose for you to live a life worth living. Don't you get it? So right now, I need you to find a way to keep on living, my friend. I need you to live.
I need you to live. I need you to live. I need you to live. Do you hear me? You keep on living, my friend.
The darker the night, the brighter the day, my friend. You see, what anxiety loves to do is it loves to add up. What fear loves to do is it loves to add up. What all past trauma loves to do, it loves to add up. What all worry and doubt loves to do is it loves to add up, my friend, into one big fist and try to knock you down until you're gone, my friend. But no, if you keep breathing past the anxiety, you'll make it. If you keep breathing past the fear, you'll make it. If you keep breathing past the trauma, you'll make it. If you keep breathing past the worry and doubt, you'll make it.
Is if you don't do something the other man is not doing, then you're gonna get knocked off. I don't care how many people have counted you out. I don't care how many times you talked yourself out of it. Go back and win.
Listen, my friend, you see, you and me, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend, I promise you. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend. We're gonna make it. We're going to make it.
You are breathing to win. You are breathing to live a life of abundance. You are breathing to manifest what it is that God has put inside of you. Write it up again, negotiate it again, call back, send the email again, send the text message again. Do not give up. Walk on the court again, run on the field again, step into the arena again. Try it one more time, and after you do that, you're gonna come back for more. You are establishing a new nature, a new protocol, a fresh government of how you conduct business.
Let me tell you something, my friend. The cause of your downfall will be because of you. Nobody else but you. You keep looking around, trying to place blame on things, people, everything else, instead of looking in the mirror at oneself and looking at who caused this in the first place. You close the door on yourself because you are afraid to look within yourself and see who did it, my friend. You are the one, but you have the key to unlock that door. Become something more.
It's your time. It's your turn. The wait is over. Get up and give back to yourself. We can get so wrapped up in the swirl of busyness, distraction, and noise that we lose ourselves.
I understand, my friend. The pain, it won't stop. The suffering, it won't cease. And it's hard to see it. It's hard to see a better outcome for yourself, my friend. I understand. But look, if you just believe, and you keep believing, and you hold on to that belief, brighter days are coming. Weather through the storm, my friend. Weather through the pain. And I promise you, you will come out victorious. You just have to keep believing, my friend. If you do that, you're gonna be okay.
You are not a quitter. You are not a one-hit wonder. You are called to do something great.
A lot of you really messed up the first 2 quarters of your life. And if you're like me, you gotta believe you got a 3rd quarter and you got a 4th quarter. And after all that's been said and done, every blessing and every battle, every memory and every image of the past, release yourself from the trauma, torment, and pain of it all. Step into your 3rd quarter, step into your 4th quarter. Be fully persuaded that it's your turn and it's your time. I don't care what the scoreboard says. You have an opportunity. A warrior only needs one more opportunity. to reveal to the world that he is more than just a dreamer.
If you're going to do something in your bloodline, if you're going to pass something down generationally, if you're going to be a light, then sometimes you're going to have to get up when you don't feel like it.
You know what, my friend? I think you're stronger than that. And I think you're capable of much, much more. So bring it out. Bring it out every single day that you live on this earth. Bring it out every single day that you open your eyes. Bring it out every single day. Bring out the best version of yourself, my friend, because we still have work to do.
There are seasons and timetables, and there are rooms I've got to walk into, and there are hands that I have to shake, and there are contracts that I have to sign, and there are deals that I have to close that are going to require me to lose sleep sometimes. And so if I believe in the power of the future, then I got to be willing to get up.
You got the chance to wake up today, but somebody else didn't. You got the chance to eat your breakfast, wash your face, brush your teeth, but somebody else didn't. You got the chance to walk out your door, go to work, go to school, go about your day like nothing else happened, but unfortunately, somebody else didn't. My friend, you get the chance to do it all over again, but somebody else will not. My friend, take advantage of the time you have. Give it all you got. Keep searching for that peace. What you really do with the time you have.
Get dialed in if you're listening to me. Let this be a moment of transformation and motivation. But let this moment not just move you, but change you to take action, go back, and win.
Listen, my friend, you see you and me, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend, I promise you. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, my friend. We're gonna make it. We're going to make it, my friend.
By being a person that gives again, believes again, does it again, picks up the pieces and tries to put the puzzle together again, try it again, and eventually winning will become a habit. Flight, progress, success will become our way of life, our code of conduct, our government. This is what I do. I'm motivated, I'm dedicated, I'm groomed, I'm conditioned, I'm ready to conquer the day.
Everybody's great when they're not tired. This is when they tired, that's when the real champions come out. That's when that real dog come out.
It's where I think the real truth comes out, because I think there are a lot of people who are very talented who can make it there. There are very few people who can deal with the pressure and the stress that happens when we're there.
I feel I'm the best ever. It's not bragging or boasting. The proof is in the pudding.
In my mind, I'm always the best.
I am the greatest fighter of all time. And when I hit you with a hard right hand, you will fall.
You gotta win tomorrow, you gotta win right now. If you're passionate about what you're doing, keep going, keep believing, reach for the stars.
Everything is always impossible until someone does it. Maybe it has never been done before. That's perfectly fine with me. But I'm gonna do it.
Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
Hungry dogs run fast.
And let the big dogs eat.
If you look at the greats in any walk of life, the greats do things when they don't always want to. And that's the separation.
It means you have to be more disciplined than not disciplined. I wanted to be the best I could be, period.
I was waiting for you to smile at some of the compliments. You didn't.
Smiling doesn't win you gold medals.
I'm too fast, I'm too skillful, and I'm gonna show everybody out there watching this show and the whole world, and the world will bow and admit that I am the greatest of all time.
when you see what I do to George Foreman?
I believe that whatever I put my mind to, and if I was willing to make sacrifices and I was dedicated, that I could achieve absolutely anything.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Maybe someone's don't like me because maybe I'm too good.
You win some, you lose some. But you live to fight another day.
And I've always believed like I'm the Michael Jordan of this industry. When I'm on the air, I'm the one that will make you want to hear from me. I don't care who I'm on the air with. I don't care who it is. It does not matter to me. By the time I finish speaking, I am the one that you're going to want to listen to. That's my attitude. If this requires 100% and you give me 99, I might want to fire you. Because I'm about getting the job done. Sure. It's about the results. And I think that, unfortunately, when we look at our generation today, not enough people preach about that. Because I think that we live in a society where people have become masters at pointing the finger at other people as to reasons why things don't get done. I think there's too much explanation that goes on. But the bottom line is you ain't getting it done. And if you're not getting it done, I need somebody that can get it done. I am of the belief that if you truly adopt that belief in your soul, then you walk to work every day not looking for excuses. You're looking for a way for the job to get done. And in most instances, you are going to be successful than not. You want to go with status quo, you're perfectly, fine with flowing along, just to get along, secure. Safe, secure, whatever. But when you're trying to win, you're constantly looking to get better. My philosophy is very, very simple when it comes to my family, particularly, me being a dad. If they're hungry, it's because I'm starving. I don't eat until they eat. I'm not comfortable until they're comfortable. I don't have unless they have. That's the mentality, and that's the mentality that I strictly get from my mother. And so for me, having that kind of mentality, but what comes with that? What comes with that is a certain work ethic that you have to put forth, and it's a willingness to sacrifice. Am I the most disciplined person in the world? No. Am I the most meticulous person in the world, like some people would believe? No, I'm meticulous enough, and I'm disciplined enough, but I think the key thing is that the bottom line is everything to me. And whatever the bottom line requires is what I'm going to do. If the bottom line requires an excessive level of discipline, I'm going to do it. But to me, it's whatever the moment or the situation demands. And I'm a bottom lines oriented kind of person. You don't assume that opportunities are waiting for you. You know obstacles are standing at every door. Right. And so that challenge that you have to embrace and you have to deal with, that's hard to deal with when you have achieved. You don't work hard to play hard. You work hard to have the ability to play when you want to.
That's a good
There's a difference. You handle your responsibilities first. And when you work hard and you have that sense of pride, it goes right out the window if you utilize your efforts in the wrong fashion. But when you do what's right, and it's based off of that effort that you put in, then you feel good about it because you took care of your responsibilities. Then you can go play. And I was not always confident. There's no doubt about that. I've always had my insecurities. What I firmly believed in was, as it pertained to me, was that I always worked hard. I was never lazy. I was always somebody that believed in hard work. Betting on yourself is believing in you. Knowing who you are, what you're worth, having an idea about it anyway, and willing to work towards that, to validate that reality. That's betting on yourself. It's your job. And if you can't do it, you scratch claw, and even die trying. We make excuses every day, all of us as human beings. On far more occasions than not, I have to speak on the issue of accountability as it pertains to the entire sports world. And when it comes to the issue of accountability, I get all of that from Mom. It happened with ESPN when my contract wasn't renewed back in 2008. I was sitting up there, I felt betrayed. I felt ticked off. My mother let me lick my wounds for a couple of days. And then she said, what could you have done better? You sure you didn't do anything? And I thought about all this stuff. I'm like, what is she talking about? This is just not true. This is not right. I work hard, I do this, I do that. And then I started thinking about it. Yeah, I was a pain in the ass. I did kind of complain a little bit too much. But the biggest thing that I remember doing is that I always came to the bosses with problems. I never came to them with solutions. It was always about the problem, never the solution. And I learned when I sat back and reflected on the mistakes that I had made in my career at the time, I learned that no boss wants to talk to anybody that doesn't have solutions. Instead of working around the clock trying to figure out what somebody else wants from you, good or bad, there are moments that crystallizes it for you in your mind. Pay attention and you'll see what they are. And you'll know what to do accordingly. That is what I believe makes me the best. It's my commitment to excellence for the collective whole.
I don't care how good you are in anything, you don't have discipline, you ain't nobody. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. You might not know this now, but you're this close, igniting your inner champion and reclaiming your destiny. If it's just that I want to be up more than anybody on the planet want me to be down. Be champion before you become champion. Wanting to get the best out of yourself, not competing with anyone else but you.
We don't back down from anyone, and that's what got me in trouble. I don't play games, I don't kiss anyone's ass, and I'm a real man. And that's regardless of being a fighter, I'm a man, and that's why I want to be a man. And if I die, I want to die a man.
And when you really focus, you hear everything. When I come to the ring, I notice everybody. I can hear you breathing. I can hear you talking. I hear everything. When I come out, I have supreme confidence, but I'm scared to death. I'm totally afraid. I'm afraid of everything. I'm afraid of losing. I'm afraid of being humiliated. But I'm totally confident. The closer I get to the ring, the more confidence I get. The closer, the more confidence I get. The closer, the more confidence I get. But the closer I get to the ring, I'm more confident. Once I'm in the ring, I'm a god. No one can beat me.
There's no one to stop me.
The world will know my name till the end of time. They call me the greatest. Because I'm a savage. That's who I was. I didn't want nothing till I got something. And when I said something, I mean the crown.
You knew from the beginning the world was going to know who Mike Tyson was.
100%, yeah.
At what age did you know that?
14.
Why is that?
Because I was beating everybody at 14. More than my skills, I had the mindset. To kill, destroy, break them down. It's just, I'm the greatest. You know, success is all about a lifestyle. I lived a lifestyle as the champion at 14. In order to be the champ, you have to live a lifestyle as the champ. It's all about discipline, doing what you hate to do, but doing it like you love it. That's what it's all about. If you don't have discipline, I don't care how skillful you are, you're nothing. If you don't want to be the best ever, why are you here? Confidence breeds success, and success breeds confidence. It's all about the belief that you can do it. Belief is more powerful than anything. Only thing we can do is just have that focus and believe in ourselves and believe that I want to be up, then anybody in the world wants me to be down. And it's all about, well, like I said before, self-belief. My whole success is from belief. I just believe in me, and I'm gonna overcome all my adversity. The truth will set you free, but it's gonna make you miserable first. And that's how we improve as a person, improving ourselves. You have to first have the aptitude to do what you claim you want to do. And if you have that, and the determination and the will to win, there's nothing that you can't do. Impossible is nothing compared to anybody that tries. Nothing's impossible then. Confidence breeds success, success breeds confidence, and confidence applied properly will supersede a genius. Life is just a circle. They're gonna hate me again one day, and then God willing, they're gonna respect me again one day. Because in order to be a master, you have to first be a fool, I guess. You have to believe in yourself before you believe in anything else. God, religion, you have to believe in you. And once you believe in you and have a relationship with you, there's nothing that you can't do. You have to be the champion in this to be the champion in this. When I win the morning, I win the day. So that's why exercise is important to relieve your stress. Win the morning, you win the day. And so I realized life is all about, in here, it's all about your belief system. Face fear. Never lose when you face it. Trust me, never lose when you face fear. No, our mistakes don't define us. Our high points don't define us. Life defines us. As long as you can have happy moments, take as many of them as you can, because life is just a flick of the eye. Well, that's what life is about. You gotta sit in your room sometime, give your subconscious some time and spend time and just envision yourself being with the most exciting people in the world, doing the most exciting things in the world, and just living that fantasy, and that fantasy will become reality one day. Discipline could be taking your illusions and turning them into a reality. You dream for yourself something bigger than what you can ever imagine, and you become it. Now that's discipline. In order to be able to change anything, you have to change yourself. You have to look in the mirror and say, what do I want to do to make me a better person? Or what is it that I can do that could define myself as being a better person than I am now? Who can I help? Who can I worship? Who can I do something to or with that would make me feel like a better person and help me reach my highest potential? You have to find that first. What is it that I can do to help people? That's all I think about. How can we help somebody? Visualizing, looking into the mirror, and that's what it's all about. Touching your inner core of your consciousness.
I don't believe in talent. Well, some people, they have talent. It's good. It helps when you have talent. As long as you have a lot of determination and willpower, that's all you need. And you have to have the will to win.
I used to think anybody with the will to win and desire not to lose will succeed. I would think of myself as a roaring gladiator like Alexander the Great. I feel like I'm a ruler when I'm in my mind thinking about accomplishing something. I think nothing's impossible to somebody who tries. So I never think about failure in that perspective. I think about failing, but not in that perspective. I need the pressure. Without the pressure, there's no me. Without the pressure, I don't have the guts to say, hey, I'm gonna fight this guy. I have to have the pressure. Anything that I'm afraid to do, I do it. And that's just how I live my life. The more you're comfortable with you, the more you be comfortable with death. And the more comfortable you are with death, the more at peace you are with yourself. I just knew never to get discouraged. I just knew I would get my day if I continued to try hard and believe in myself.
I am who I am, and I'm gonna die being who I am, and I'm gonna live being who I am. This is just who I am.
It's all about what you believe. I got belief in myself, and belief is more powerful than anything.